A top 90s fashion model who hit the catwalks aged 15 has told how she had to fight off sexually aggressive men in the industry throughout her career. Lisa Izquierdo told how as a teenager she locked herself in her changing room to escape one photographer, old enough to be her father, who was trying to have sex with her. Now, 47, the former model who was discovered by the legendary Elite model agency and became one of designer Vivienne Westwood's favorites, has told how she escaped the industry physically unscathed. Psychological issues remained, however, and she has dealt with them by channeling her anger into a passion for painting. The move has paid off as Manchester-born Lisa now has an exhibition at a top London gallery and is recognised as a serious contemporary artist. Philip Schofield's explosive celebrity fallouts over the years revisited. Lisa said, "It was a very glamorous industry, but this sort of sexual harassment was always there, just under the surface. I started modeling at 13 and by 15 was with Elite and getting some serious professional assignments. My mother accompanied me as a chaperone and that was fine, but one of my worst experiences was on the second or third time I went to a job on my own." The photographer was a well-established professional but not a superstar. "When I arrived, there was only him and one other guy present to do my hair and makeup. He left and it was just the photographer and me left in the studio. Things got very creepy very fast. It became clear what he wanted and that he didn't really care whether I consented or not. I ran back into my changing room, locked it and ended up yelling at him through the door. In the end I talked my way out of it and rushed home." Don't miss. Katie Price details her worst ever cosmetic procedure, admitting she hated results. Discover Kim and Khloe Kardashian show off sisterly bond as they step out together in New York. Latest, Amanda Holden admits Les Dennis split was my fault but claims women cheat for a reason. Insight, the thing was I didn't report it. I didn't even tell my mom. I was still a young teenager, but I realized this was just something I was going to have to cope with. I became very street smart and tended to spot where things were likely to go wrong before they happened. Also, there was one lovely photographer whose brother was a cop in New York. He knew what we girls were up against, so he used to give out these tiny little cans of pepper spray which we kept on our key rings. I'm thankful to say I never had to use mine in anger, but it was reassuring to know it was there just in case." Despite the challenges, Lisa's career went from strength to strength, with jobs in Japan, campaigns for Bentley Motors, and then she was selected by one of her favorite designers, the late Vivienne Westwood, to be one of her regular runway models. She said, "Vivienne was amazing, but you had to be careful in her outfits. She designed these incredible platform stiletto boots and you needed a lot of practice to walk in them without going for a tumble. All your weight had to be in your toes, it was like going for a tiptoe on stilts." Naomi Campbell turned up with about 10 minutes to go before one show and hadn't had enough practice in them, and that's when she fell on the catwalk. Sexual harassment was a constant, she says, with one famous photographer, who could almost guarantee would appear on the cover of Vogue magazine, took an interest in Lisa and asked to see her. She said, "The meeting went well, but it was made very clear that there would be a second meeting and that I would be expected to sleep with him. I was shocked to find out that this was common knowledge amongst the other models and that many of them had agreed to do it." The pressure started to take its toll on Lisa's mental health and crippling anxiety took over, forcing her to withdraw from the industry. Lisa channeled her anger into painting as a way to deal with her anxiety and has become a widely respected painter. An exhibition of her work can be seen at the Bickerton Grace Gallery in East London until June 10. Her work has been displayed in Madrid's Van Gogh Gallery, as well as being shown in New York's Tribeca Gallery, where she worked for 5 weeks as artist in residence.